I've got a short video for you today about a funny thing that happened, not on the way they call Sam, but at work. So years ago we had a division of the company I was in, nothing to do with my division, believe me. And we had this piece of equipment that we would send out, and you could use it to keep track of some metrics in your equipment and whatever. So this is a long time ago. This is before the high-speed terabyte external drive. This was before the hard drive. This was back when there were floppy drives, and it was a plastic sheathing envelope, and I think they were 5 1/4, as I recall. And then inside was a piece of substrate that had some magnetic material on it, and you could magnetize it, and they were made in concentric circles, and the circles were, 0 through 50 or some such. It didn't hold much, probably 150 kilobytes or some such. So it was new to everybody. And a few of us had been around some of that stuff, but not many. So we sent a piece of equipment out, and the guy said, I and my guys here in my shop are quite cognizant of how to install equipment. We've been doing this for years. So we sent it out, or the company sent it out, and it was a few $1,000s or whatever, and it had some instructions, and they were typed up, and it was not quite a Heath kit, but it was a pretty clear set of instructions, and they were going to self-install it. So they put it in a rack, and they put it all up, and they wired the power to it, and they were good. So they called up and said, well, I think the stuff you call software is bad, because we put the floppy disk in there, and man, it really is. It was a hell of a thing to try and open. It said, open the floppy disk and put it in the little drive that's on the end of this thing, and it will load up some software. So you're going to have to send us another floppy drive. So they sent it over to me because I was the most technical at that time. And I said, okay, tell me what you did. And he said, well, I got my pocket knife out, and there's this black envelope that you put this floppy disk in, and I had opened the floppy disk up, so I slid along the side. It's made out of this hellaciously tough material for packaging. And I said, so you opened the envelope, the little white envelope? He said, yeah, we opened the white envelope and took the little black envelope out. I don't know why you added 2 envelopes. And then we took our pocket knife and we split the side of the black envelope open, and took this little black, or this tannish, brownish, greenish kind of substrate, and we put it inside the disk drive, and the disk drive chattered and screeched and banged and everything. I said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you just leave it there and power the equipment off? So I called Bob, the guy that was in charge of this piece of equipment install, and I said, you need to send an installer out there. And he said, why? And I said, well, they had a hard time opening the disk drive, the floppy drive. He said, yeah. And I said, they took their pocket knife and opened it. And he said, well, I want to be careful not to scratch it. He goes, no, they opened the black envelope inside. I think maybe you need to go out and help them. So that's when we found out that phone support is better done with the right kind of people. So thanks.